Hi there, here is Christina from Changing Parenting, and I know this video will create a lot of backlash, and that's because people have very strong opinions about this subject, and as in all my videos, I don't want to give you my opinion, I want to give you facts, what science says, right? Then you make your own decisions. So, studies show that if you would let nature run its course, if you would just let your child breastfeed until they wanted, the natural age to wean off breastfeeding is between the ages of 2.5 and 7 years old. So that's the natural age that would happen. The World Health Organization and the UNICEF recommend that you breastfeed at least until the age of 2, but that you should breastfeed as long as both you and the child want, because there is always benefits for both the child and the mom. No matter, there is no upper age where this stops being true. So in many cultures, full-term breastfeeding, which means just letting nature run its course, is not just, not normal, but it's actually the cultural norm. And in fact, all these negative reactions to breastfeeding that you see mostly in the Western world is not based on science, it's based on cultural, it's based on opinion, it's based on a cultural bias, and it has nothing to do with child developmental science. In both clinical psychology and pediatric medicine, there is no age limit after which breastfeeding becomes harmful. Only when it's no longer mutually desired. That means that as long as one person no longer wants it, either the child doesn't want it or the mother doesn't want it, then of course you should stop it. But as long as both want it, there's still a lot of benefits for both of them. And there is this myth, maybe you already heard it sometimes, where it says, well, you're creating this unhealthy dependence between mom and child. You're making your child dependent on you, or vice versa, or you're too dependent on your child when you have this extended breastfeeding. And by the way, extended breastfeeding, long-term breastfeeding, again, it's a Western world concept, right? Because as I explained, in many cultures, it's just the norm. It doesn't have a specific word for it. So contrary to what people say of this, you're creating a dependency or whatever, what science says is that there is all studies have come to this conclusion. There is no evidence that full-term breastfeeding causes social, emotional, psychological harm to either the mom or the child, as long as both of them want it. In fact, research suggests that children who are securely attached and allowed to wean naturally, which means stop breastfeeding whenever they want, tend to become more independent, not less, right? And the one of the benefits is that breast milk, it has antibodies, immunoglobulins, lactoferrin, live white blood cells, and a lot of good stuff that continue protecting children against illness even at ages 5, 6, 7. And when breast milk really protects children against disease, because they create these antibodies for illness. So if I am sick as a mom, the antibodies that my body creates, they go into my child. So they also have some targeted immune support for that disease, So it has so many benefits. And also emotionally, studies shows that breastfeeding releases oxytocin and endorphins in both mother and child that promote calm, connection, and co-regulation. So that's why with older children, very often they will want to breastfeed, not because they want milk, because they are hungry. It has nothing to do with that. It starts being as a way of getting cuddles, as a way of, helping them regulate, of having that, connection with you, with the mom. Studies show that extended nursing can serve as a safe, predictable way for a child to manage big emotions, like a cuddle or having a stuffed animal. And it supports the secure attachment. So it really, makes the child-mother bonds even bigger, and supports then independence as children grow, and having this secure attachment gives children this safety net where they are able to explore the world, and they know that they have you there. This is, and it's also like I believe that very often we are being advised to go against, we as moms are very often being advised to go against what we feel we should do, right? Like our whole body tells us we want to do this. We want to cuddle our child. We want to breastfeed. We want to be with our child. We want to hug, kiss, and all that. And then we have all this external pressure. You can't do that. Otherwise, you'll spoil them. You can't do this. Children don't get spoiled with love. They get spoiled when they are not taught the correct way to deal with their emotions. And instead, they are given material goods, or they are, being... you just let them do whatever they want just to avoid having to deal with them. That's what spoils children. Love does not spoil children. Breastfeeding does not spoil children. And this is not me saying, it's research that shows this. If you have any questions, let me know.